Hello, can you hear me? Microphone check. Microphone check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes. Heard something, no, nothing.
All right, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, now we can hear you.
All right, put these back on then. Yay, you can hear me. All right, so tonight's topic is travel. We want to kind of focus around past and present trips. But before we do that, we're going to catch up on a little bit of stuff that we're doing on our channel right now, since we only do this one time a month. Other than I can hear the washer in the background.
I hear something.
Like,
is that what it is?
Yeah, it's the washer. So it's all good now. Good to see you here, Grape Jams. Canadian Family Life was the first one in here. Good to see you. Let me pin some of these comments. Yes, we can. Good to see you. Adventures in the Heartlands in here tonight. Good to see you. They're traveling all the time. There is a StreamYard link pinned at the top of this chat here, and you can come up and talk about trips that you've had anytime tonight between 8 and 9. We're going to jump off of here at 9 o'clock, but if you want to jump up here and talk about a trip you've taken or chime in anytime on something we're going to talk about, I do have some talking points here that we're going to talk about over the next hour. So if you want to jump up, talk for 5 minutes or 2 minutes or whatever about a trip you've taken in the past or something in the present, like right now or up through the end of June. I don't want to get too far into the future. I don't want to talk about that, and I want to kind of stay off of that. Good to see you, Blaine. And but if you're doing it like recently or right now or in the near future, you can talk about it. Or trips that you've taken in the past, you can jump up here and talk about it. So, all right, I got to take this comment off. But tonight's topic is going to be road trips, past and present. Now, tomorrow, before we get into that, we're going to do some of this right here. Some upcoming events. So that's next on the topic board for tonight. So upcoming events are what do we have upcoming? Tomorrow there's a video coming out and there's a giveaway on it. Caucasian Sasquatch is in the house. Good to see you, buddy.
We have the swap meet. Oh, no, you're talking about trips.
No. Upcoming events shortly, like on our channel, because we're giving them like updates right now. So tomorrow's video is MTV Jigs. MTV Jigs. And I give you a tour of my tackle box. I know on MTV Cribs, they do a tour of houses and things like that were MTV stars. But I did a new kind of vlog or series, and I'm asking if anyone that fishes or has a tackle box wants to join in. Just hashtag it MTV Jigs, and I'll put it in our playlist. But ours comes out tomorrow. There is some other videos I have planned for this series. But I give you a tour of my tackle box, everything I keep in basically my main tackle box. And the MTV stands for, there's my South redneck coming out. The MTV stands for My Tackle Vlog Jigs. And I have a few questions for you guys in that video. Plus, if you answer or comment correctly from the details I display in that video, you can win a bait casting reel, Shakespeare. Matter of fact, I'll have my lovely assistant go and grab that reel so I can show it to you.
I don't know where it is.
It's right there on the tackle box. I think I even had it out. But you can win that by commenting on that page. Sage Perkins, good to see you, buddy. Sage Perkins is here.
Hi, Sage. How
Good to
are
see
ya?
you. I know he went to
Hope you're doing well.
Day in the Park, I think. But this is the Shakespeare Baitcaster Alpha you can win. All you got to do is comment the right thing in tomorrow's video, and this could be yours. I have one on my bait casting rod. I bought 2. They were a good price. I don't want a second one. I don't do that much bait casting. So I'm going to give this one away to somebody who wants it. It's a fishing video anyway, so if you want that, if you would use that, what? You hear anything?
I can hear just fine.
You can? What do you? Oh, me.
I hear everything you're saying, like
that's
over amplified.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to worry.
Okay.
Until somebody comes on.
All right. I just feel like it's blowing my ears out.
I turned it down too.
It's okay.
All right. What else do we have coming up?
Off with that. Video voice?
Yeah, like on the channel. Do we have anything planned?
Yeah, well, we have ideas and we have plans. We don't have any dates that I know of, except for it's farther ahead.
Okay, we're keeping it to ourselves. So we're not going to talk about the stuff that's going on in our channel. The garden video is up on Scrappy Acres. It premiered Friday. You can kind of see what's going on, which isn't much. I mean, it doesn't look like much. I do show you that there's a little bit of life out there. Actually looks better now, which is only a few days later. Looks a lot better out there. But it kind of took a step back when we were gone that night. It really needs water every day right now. And there's still no rain in the forecast for probably at least maybe till Sunday, maybe.
If we get it.
Right.
We were supposed to get some last weekend and didn't. So
okay, so we do have a road trip coming up in the near future. We're going to go to Kentucky and go to the Ark Encounter and the Creation Museum. There's a lot of they're close together, and you can buy a 2-day pass. Everyone that I know that has gone, which we have not, says you can do them both in one day. There is a lot of reading. So if you're going to do reading and research, which we like to do, and we want to span it out over 2 days, you can get the 2-day bouncer pass. We're hoping to do some stuff before and maybe after. But when we bought our tickets, they're good for a year from the day of purchase. So you just have to find somewhere to stay in between. And you can book that at any time, which is nice. So we have a year to plan when we're going to go, but we're going to do that here very shortly. Yeah. In this month of June. And we'll probably be staying at a hotel. I tried to talk our youngest son. Our oldest son we went camping all the time. My youngest son is not into camping at all. I tried to talk him into going even to a KOA or something. Because when we travel, if it's nice out, we like to stay somewhere outside. We're not big hotel stayers, although the hotel stay is nice. You have a decent bed. You have a shower, which is very important. And a lot of times there's other amenities like.
I think if we.
Hi, Freedom Redbird. Good to see you.
I think if we get excited about a hotel, it's because of the hot tub.
Did you get done unpacking, Freedom Redbird? I know you were still unpacking just a little bit ago. But at a hotel, there's other amenities as well, like a swimming pool, breakfast, and air conditioning. So I think that's what he enjoys is all the luxuries I guess you get in a hotel. We don't have a pool here. There's not any real good spots to swim.
He likes it. He likes it very cool in his room at night when he sleeps. Like he would run air conditioning all the time in the winter. So I think that's one of the biggest things. But
This microphone, you got to talk into that.
I think it was fine. I think that they could hear me
I can hear it breaking up though.
because I had that in my hand.
So you think he likes all the air conditioning and stuff?
Yeah, I think at night he likes to sleep in there.
So camping wise, we don't take an RV camping. I guess we could rent a cabin or an RV with a. That's what I told him. We could get a cabin with air conditioning. He wasn't into that either.
Oh, he would maybe, I think, be okay with that.
Well, I suggested it, and he wasn't okay with it.
Huh.
So
Maybe because he's afraid. Oh, I don't know.
he's afraid what?
I don't know.
He would like a cabin like we stayed at in Tennessee or somewhere big. But,
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
We checked into the Airbnbs around there, and but yeah, we're good with that. And I showed him some of the options, at least in that area in that price range that we were looking at, and none of them really had a pool. They were nice, but you get basically everything you're going to get in that. It's only one night, so I think what we're going to do is just stay in a hotel. Found one, nice one. I did the research, and we're going to stay in a hotel. Hopefully, the one I chose. I don't really want to say it because I don't want to, screw anything up. But the one I chose, and then it looks really good. Good breakfast, right kind of room, pool area.
Not too far from where
we're going to.
From the Ark.
Do you remember the name of the town? Something.
I do not remember.
It's on the tickets. We're going to Kentucky to the Ark Encounter and the Creation Museum, Freedom Redbird. Soon. We will vlog it. I know my oldest son's been there. My parents have been there. My sister's been there. A lot of people I know have been there. We have not gone yet. And our youngest son hasn't been there yet. And that's where he has to go first thing after he got out of school or for the summer break. So
right. The Creation Museum is in Petersburg, Kentucky.
Petersburg, Kentucky.
And the Ark Encounter is in Williamstown, Kentucky.
Williamstown is the one. So the Ark Encounter is in Williamstown, and the Creation Museum is in Petersburg. Yeah.
And they have a planetarium.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have anything.
M. Zara's Kitchen too. So we might go to M. Zara's Kitchen. I read some stuff about that. It's like dining in old world style stuff.
Oh,
but there's a lot of things to do. So we're hoping to do some stuff before and after that.
That would be neat.
As well. And not just spend probably go to I think the Ark Encounter the first day, and then we'll stay at the hotel. Hopefully I'll have enough time to swim. That's usually what happens.
Oh, this says you have. This says, this doesn't really pertain to us because we don't need that much time. But if someone were coming, from farther away and they had other things planned, you can use this within a 7-day period.
Yeah.
With each place.
And they are a little bit of distance from each other. So you don't have to do them both. You can do them both in one day. And they do sell that package. But we got the bouncer pass.
45 minutes
2 different
apart.
days.
From the Ark to the Creation Museum.
So we're trying to stay somewhere in between or closer to the second one. So you got to kind of pick which one you're going to go to the first day, and then you want to stay somewhere closer to the second one, and so you can get up and go and then be on your way. but that's in the bucket list. Yeah, it'd be cool if you could go with us.
Our older two have been to the Creation Museum.
That's the next trip.
We have.
But we're gonna do a lot. That we do small road trips all the time, and road trips can be anything from a 1 day trip to a 3, 4, however long, I guess. Van life, I would say after it's more than a week or two, it's considered van life rather than road trips. It's more like living on the road. So,
Oops.
all right. Well, I've got some talking points. Those are just kind of our updates. Let me do a quick shout out for our members. I have on here. Now, GGM Creates is a member right now, at least up for the month. I don't know when that ends, but she's not added to this. But GGM Creates is a member right now. Other than that, here you go. We want to thank our members, Mary Ranch.
And just doing our best.
You both are legends. I don't know, did that work? Because I couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell.
We are going to Jan's meetup in Missouri on Thursday. Yep, awesome. Missouri sounds like fun.
Safe travels.
Yep, and have safe travels. All right, so some of our talking points right now, and hopefully the chat helps and gets involved, let's talk about some great destinations you've gone to in the past on a road trip, not flying. Specifically or in general. Okay, and we're going to talk about this for a little bit, and that's how tonight's going to go. Just talking points, and then I'll talk with the chat. So, or if you want to jump up on the panel, you can click the link above, get up on the panel, talk for as little or as long as you'd like. All right, so great destination spots for road trips, Tammy, when you were growing up, because we're talking past and present, and we've already kind of talked about our present. Somebody wants to come up and talk about theirs, they can, but
not flying, right?
Yes, it worked. Thank you, Freedom Redbird. About 3.5 hours to what, Freedom Redbird? How long will your drive be? Oh, wow. 3.5 hours isn't too bad.
Did you say no flying?
No flying. Road trips.
Road tripping.
Yep. Past.
Oh, gosh.
It can be 1-day trips. You don't have to spend the night to do a road trip. I always enjoy
going to Tennessee, so I don't know. I love that. I like that drive. It's very pretty.
The drive from Ohio to Tennessee is absolutely gorgeous. It's just all inspiring, gorgeous. New York was very nice. Yeah, I've never
been to New York.
I went to Washington, but we flew. Yeah. So when I was younger, I guess road trips would be Tennessee most of the time is where we went. 1-day trips would be we'd do stuff just right around town. We also went to Indian Lake a lot. Dad had a boat, and so we'd take a road trip to Indian Lake for the day or even the night, stay at somewhere on the lake or just camp there. We camped at Huggy Bear Park a lot, but that's more just camping, not road trip.
You're talking about when we were younger.
Yogi Bear Park, anytime, past and present.
We used to, when we were young, we would go to Hillsdale, Michigan. I don't know if they still do it or not, but when we were younger, they would have this place up there. You'd go and you could get all kinds of produce, like big boxes of bananas, and they had animals. You could buy animals, but we would get up really early. You didn't have to have seatbelts then. We would get in the back of the truck, sleep the way there, and we'd go to the auction thing, and we would also do Shipshawana.
Shipshawana used to be really nice. Like when we went to Shipshawana, all the vending tables there were like independent people, all different. You would find treasures, like really nice stuff. And now it's just like the same thing at row after row after row.
A lot of
It's still pretty cool
repetitive.
and catchy, and you can find some unique and different things, but it's completely different than it was when we were going years and years ago. But we would go like that would be the thing to do is go there to
Yeah, we
Shipshawana.
probably honestly haven't been there though in probably
We've been back to
5,
the
6
town and they have a
years.
water park now.
Yeah, the town, but not to the actual big flea market.
Yeah, we
Long
went
time.
a couple times, but it just wasn't worth the drive anymore for us.
Mm-mm.
I could see how it would be for people closer, but there's so many other things we can go
Well,
to.
when
than
we came to Hogback Lake, Circle B campground, we were close to Shipshawana.
Right.
So when I was younger, we would just go camp the night and then get up and go.
That's what you'd normally do is camp with your family, or did you stay in hotels?
Well,
Something
we
keeps
didn't really
rattling.
camp until after my mom had passed away.
Mm. You didn't travel until your mom passed away, or you didn't camp until your mom passed away?
Camp.
What would you do before your mom? Well, I mean, while your mom was still alive?
We got up early. I told you, we got up early, and they'd throw sleeping bags and blankets in the back of the truck. We'd all jump in, have donuts. We'd have donuts or something. We'd have donuts.
Would you stay at someone's house though when you slept, or did you camp?
Oh no, we didn't usually camp.
You just didn't go anywhere?
Yeah, I don't really remember staying anywhere a whole lot.
So you just do 1-day trips. In Shipshawana. Grape Jams likes going to Indiana Shipshawana. Yeah. I can see that. It's a very catchy kind of thing, but it was totally different back in the day. It's not a horrible place anymore. It's just different than what we were used to. You know? We found another one though. We actually went to go to it on Saturday.
Yes,
I haven't put this video up.
We got up. I got up.
You guys will have to wait and see the video, but
I got up at 4:30 in the morning. We were so excited to go.
We do this periodically. Don't say the name of it because I just don't want to get it out there too much.
Okay.
But we were going to go to this place that we go to periodically, and we got up early in the morning. It's a great swap meet. Wonderful. Love it. And you can find just about anything. And there's always like the whole field's full of cars. You know, the police are there guiding everybody, and the whole other field's full of just vendors. And it's a lot of fun, right? So
have you been
to Traverse City?
I don't think. I mean, it sounds familiar.
Traverse City. I think we've been through. We never took a trip to Traverse City, and we know people that went to. Ray and Dawn just went to Traverse City. So somebody else I know. Excuse me. I forget what I was talking about. You know, you can turn these into podcasts now. Does this sound like a podcast? Just sitting around talking?
I don't know.
Maybe I should.
Probably if I was on.
Do you know what I was talking about? What? Okay, so we're on to this awesome swap meet Saturday morning, early in the morning, right?
That's what we were getting at.
And we drive. It's almost an hour away, right?
Yeah, over an hour away.
Okay.
No, about an hour.
We get all the way to it, and we drive right by it because there's nobody. I mean, we're used to going to this, and there's usually lines of cars, police
on the road directing the traffic.
Okay, nobody's there. Empty. Both sides of all the fields, everything's empty. And we turn around, come back. It says it's not till next weekend. I don't know why they moved it. They've never moved it in years, but whatever reason, it got moved to next weekend. So
we're going back.
So we decided, okay, we're going to go back home. We're driving home, and I see a wallet in the middle of the road. I drive right over it. Vroom. I said, Tammy, I think that was a wallet. Tammy said, nothing. She didn't say nothing at that point. And I'm thinking about it more, and I'm like, I think that was a wallet. Tammy, I think that was a wallet. She said,
well, then you better go back and get it.
And then I thought about it a little more, and I'm like, man, I probably ought to go back and get that wallet. So I pulled in, turned around. I said, well, I don't know if it was a wallet. It could be a rock. Drove all the way back, pulled up to it. It was a wallet, black wallet sitting right in the middle of the road. And this is kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's in the country.
Okay, like in the middle of nowhere. And I pull this wallet in, and this is okay because this is a road trip we just took just recently. And I take this wallet in, and I open it up, and there's a debit card kind of sticking out a little bit. And I flip it over, and there's a leather divider. I flip that over. Deputy sheriff badge. A sheriff lost his wallet. You can watch the video coming out this week. But yeah, that was crazy. I'm like, I bet this guy's looking for his wallet. He's going to be glad I'm going to return it.
But we had to find a police station to take it to.
They got to watch the video.
Okay.
It's coming out later. I haven't released it yet. Tomorrow's video is the MTV Jigs. I hope to see everybody's tackle box. Even if you don't do the hashtag, just do a video with, and show me your tackle box, guys. Some of you have already done it. I really enjoyed it. I know John from Adventures in the Heartland showed his tackle box. That's been a little while ago. And I've seen a lot of other people showing their tackle, but just do a video on showing us our tackle. It's a good time of year to show your tackle. So get on there, show your tackle box. Let us see what you're using, what you've been using, what you're going to use. And that video comes out tomorrow. If you can't watch it, it's not that long. It's like 15 or 18 minutes. And there's some beautiful views from some fishing we were doing the other night, another road trip we took. And that's one thing I want to talk about. We get on the Ohio DNR, which not every state it's called the DNR, but we get on the Ohio DNR. Doesn't that look like Mark Kratz? Like a light-haired version of Mark Kratz, MC. Anyways, we get on the Ohio DNR site, which is the Department of Natural Resource, and they're celebrating 150 years right now in Ohio. They've been maintaining our Ohio waterways for 150 years now, and that's pretty exciting. But if you get on their site, they have all these different wildlife areas that they maintain, and they stock fish, and there's all kinds of stuff to do: boating, canoeing, kayaking. So pretty much anything that you enjoy outdoors wise. And this is all public ground, so it doesn't cost anything to go use these premises. You do have to follow laws and regulations and things like that, and that's why a lot of people are deterred by it. But
you should do that anyways, no matter what.
Yeah, but I don't have any problem. I do everything like I normally do, and I don't ever have any problems. And if DNR come around, then if you have your license, which you do have to have a state license, then you're good. And you got to follow fish size regulations, but it's all visibly posted. There's lots of pamphlets. It's all online now too. I bet it's like that in your state as well. And with that being said, there is tons, at least in Ohio, wildlife areas all around us. And a lot of times we find things on the way or on the way back, and we find new locations. And most of these areas are absolutely amazing. They have good hiking trails. They have good fishing locations. They have good hunting locations if you hunt. They have good dog running areas for training dogs, flying drones, all kinds of stuff.
Some of them foraging.
Canoeing, kayaking, boating. There's areas that rivers run into that certain area. There's parks along bigger rivers. And so it's just a lot of really cool stuff. And it's all free and public land, land that you should be using. And it makes for a great one-day road trip. So that's just a little tip of ours, but we enjoy outdoors and nature, and we find really nice. I mean, you'll be amazed how many different nature preserves there are in your area, and some of them you might have seen 1,000 times. We've seen some that we've driven by for years, our whole life. Some of them,
yeah.
and then you stop and actually see what they're
what it
all
is,
about, and it's
and
absolutely crazy, like way beyond what you thought. So, I encourage you guys to do that in your own state. Just look up your wildlife natural resource. Uh, I know in Indiana it's called wildlife, like IWF or something, like Indiana Wildlife something. But every state it's a little different. But just look up. I'm sure most of the states have a natural resource
yeah,
department. So.
I know that one I saw today was crazy. We've driven by that thing several times, and it's like kind of in town, so you never would even think of it. I don't think.
Right.
I was shocked.
And the one we went to last night, I'd never been there.
Yeah.
I was looking for another reservoir I'd been at years ago where they stock rainbow trout in, and that's another thing that the website will tell you is what fish and wildlife or game they have there, and because some places they release pheasant, some places they stock with rainbow trout or sawguy, which is kind of a walleye, or it'll have crappie. Now they all have limits, like 10 or whatever per day, but that's a meal. Some of these other lakes that we go to, Indiana, they don't have limits. Some lakes don't have limits. Bigger lakes that are larger won't have, maybe 30 or 40 panfish, because we like panfish. So a lot of our road trips have to do with fishing. All right, so short-term trip tips. Anybody want to come up on the panel, talk about anything? Be sweet if you did. All right, we got 20 more minutes. Short trip tips. All right, so some short trip tips that we like to do is we do have a couple bags that are pre-packed with your basic essentials, especially if we're going to go camping. We'll grab the camping bag and then everything else that we pack. The camping bag will have things, like prepping equipment and stuff like that. I do have an electrical bag, or a technology bag, and I can throw all my stuff for video production into that and take that on the road pretty quick. And so just having some pre-made type bags that you can just put together real quick and throw in makes for short trips a lot easier, especially most short trips are done somewhat on the spur of the moment. Not a lot of people plan short trips. They just usually get up and say, we don't have nothing to do today. What would you like? Well, what do you think we should do? So another tip is to have a list of ideas of things you could do short trips and plan those out on days you're not going to be. I need a drink. Look at this. Got the Sprite Legacy celebrating 50 years of hip hop. Not a sponsor. I do like lemonade, and I kind of like Sprite. All right. Cheers. So have a pre-packed bag. Now, another thing to have ready is first aid. You never know when you're going to need something, and when you need it, it's too late. So always have first aid ready or have it in your car already. And car maintenance is another great thing to do. Make sure you check your oil, check your tires, have some stuff to clean your windshield, and know numbers. And definitely, if you're going to a location you're not familiar with, it's good to have a few different numbers of people you can call if you're in that location and something happens to your car. So maybe look that up ahead of time, because you never know when you're not going to have service, at least data service, and sometimes you can make a call. So I was going to have us talk about some road trip disasters if nobody wants to talk about tips Anybody got any tips they want to talk about in the comments? Let's see here. We still have 5 people in here, so
Bring a cooler.
anybody have
with
any
your
tips
drinks. Then you have
that
less
they'd like to add to
stress.
this? That would be appreciated in the comments. And we're going to move on to road trip disasters. So some of the disasters maybe we've had in the past. Do you know? Can you think of any?
Nope.
You,
I'm sure there were some.
we've ran out of gas.
Oh yeah, that though when we went to Michigan to pick up that van, when we stopped we had to go get gas, and I went to leave from the gas pump, and it just stopped and wouldn't do nothing.
The car wouldn't move.
And we were way up in Michigan.
Yeah, that was kind of a road trip. Yeah.
That was like, yeah, we didn't know what
it was a work trip, but not really a vacation trip.
But we were on the road.
Yeah, and the van just stopped. But I was following, right?
Yeah.
So we had another vehicle.
Yeah.
Because we went to pick up a van that they sent us to pick up, and then the van broke down. Right. Crazy. So we left it there, and they had to go deal with it, I guess. What if you get lost and you don't have a signal? Then what do you do?
Then you stop and ask for directions, I guess.
It's good to have paper atlases, things like that with roads,
Oh, yeah.
especially in the areas that you're traveling. We don't always have paper maps, but we do have paper maps of the Ohio area. We have Ohio map.
We don't ever keep them with us.
But it doesn't show all the county roads and things like that. Also good to know your sun direction. What if here's another road trip disaster. We got online, we checked it out, it looked amazing. We planned the trip.
Oh yeah.
And then we get there and it's not anything what you expect it to be.
Yeah.
Then what? What do? You just freak out, come home, or do you just
No, you have to bear through it and
go through the horrible trip? No, you go somewhere else, right?
Oh.
You just impromptu be like, we're changing plans on the fly. Yeah, have real paper maps in the car. At least of your state. It doesn't show you all the county roads. Or I would say especially if you're going to go somewhere new. If you know you're going to, let's say, Missouri, you're going to want to have a state map, a paper state map, because the GPS is not right.
Sometimes.
A lot of times. And even when they are right, it's not really the best way you want to go. One, for 1,000 different reasons. Okay. So it's good to have paper maps. In your own state, it's not so bad because you're kind of familiar with the area a little bit until you get out of your area, but you still kind of know.
Yeah. But I'm horrible with directions.
County roads are all labeled the same, and you get to another state, and every road going east and west is A, B, C, D, and every road going, south and east, or south and east, north and south is 1, 2, 3, or whatever. And so everything's different in every state, and you're kind of familiar with your own state. Okay. I'm not saying it's easy or different areas, but you are familiar with your state.
Well, when you get
it's fairly consistent.
When you get to a different area, No.
But if you're going to a new area or a new state,
I know what you mean.
You need to have a paper map because it just doesn't work online all the time. Let's talk pets. That's another road trip disaster, either when you take them or having to not take them. All right. I love our pets, but when it comes to trips, shalom, Jewish redneck prepper. Good to see you here. When we take trips, pets are a hassle. You have to, They expect to get fed, expect to go out to go to the bathroom, and if you're not there, that doesn't happen unless you have somebody doing it for you. So pets are a big issue when you're talking about road trips, and so we like to do. Uh, well, we split the kids up for one thing now. We'll either take one kid at a time or whatever, and leave the
So
kids
they
back
can
to watch the
the
pets.
dogs in the house.
Or we'll take them to a pet caretaker kennel, or not a kennel. Yeah, they're called kennels, right?
Yeah, but we haven't done that yet.
All Paul's Pet
Okay.
Kennel and
That's where we
Cottage.
would probably go.
But that's what you would do. You take
Yeah.
your pets there and you have somebody watch them, or you get somebody to come and watch them at your house, or have your kids that are already there. You say, you're not going on vacation. You're staying home watching the pets you wanted, right? Well, those are your options. Or
Well,
you
that's
take them
what
with
we
you.
have been doing, but it works that way because the two kids enjoy different things, different activities, or
Right.
have Trini, she works more and she can't do much on the weekends, so she has a different schedule that you have to work then. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
But
So, pets.
Yeah,
We
take our
usually take
pets
our
with
pets
us.
with us. So,
Not always, but
Yeah, we
we
do.
try to.
yeah, we do. Always. 100%. Right here. I take my pets right here with me. No, I do. We try to take Duke with us as much as we can. But then you have to deal with, he has to be able to go with you. If we have to run into a store, one of us has to stay out with him to keep him
It's
cool
too
enough,
hot.
or do it quick enough that he's not hot. We make sure he has water and the windows are done, type of thing. And it's like a 3 or 4 minute. So you got to deal with pets, and
And he doesn't we have to stop,
They're-
every hour and a half, 2 hours to let him get out and go to the bathroom and walk around because he's so confined,
right.
little space.
But I wouldn't change it. I love my pets.
Yeah.
You just work around it. And so we camp a lot. A lot of campgrounds don't mind if you have pets as long as you clean up after them. That's one of the reasons we camp a lot. There are hotel friendly dogs, but they're pet friendly hotels. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And all right, let's talk about cost savers. What are some ways to save money while road tripping? I'm glad I had these talking points because I really wanted somebody to come up on the panel, kind of talk with us for a little bit, maybe talk about one of the trips they have taken in the past or the present that they enjoyed.
Take your food.
But unfortunately, we're not going to be blessed with that tonight. It doesn't look like, huh?
I say food. Take
Yeah.
your snacks and if you can, take a picnic lunch or something.
Ooh, I love picnic lunches.
Yeah.
The little square finger sandwiches.
Or even your drinks help. We usually take a cooler. We take a cooler of drinks.
Sweet and sour pickles.
And I feel that saves, I'm sure, quite a bit of money.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're spending money on the trip, you can save money in different ways, like bringing your own food. But I suggest making maybe a fine dining in the area that you're going part of your trip, and definitely take that time to enjoy that. But you don't have to eat all your meals out.
Yeah, pack your lunch and eat out your supper if it's a whole day trip.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would save money.
If anybody'd like a sticker, make sure and email us. The stickers right now look like this. They're kind of big, but they are I live a guerrilla style gypsy life because I'm finding the art in everything.
Oh, yes, grape jams. We love frozen grapes. Love them.
Yeah. Freeze grapes. And then the frozen grapes with what was that coating?
Oh,
Nougat,
yes.
like
it had
Skittle nougat. I don't know what it was, but
I
it
thought
tasted
was
like
Jolly
Skittle
Ranchers,
nougat,
like crushed up.
Jolly Rancher nougat coated frozen grapes. Oh my goodness, it was so good. Quiet listener, good to see you.
Valley Creative Travel.
Good evening to you, Jeff and Tammy. Word of advice: careful if you stop at Bucky's. That's an expensive gas fuel up. Yeah, Bucky's is amazing. That's a great road trip. So there you go. Rallies that Creative Travel brought up a great road trip place. We did take a road trip to Bucky's, and that's a destination in itself. So thank you for suggesting that and bringing that up. All right. Do you have any other cost savers other than food? Well, I'm a big boy, so anytime you're saving money on food, it's cost saver. I'm pretty easy to feed though. I like hot dogs, beef hot dogs.
No.
Bratwurst, finger sandwiches.
No, not much. Maybe if you
meat.
Can get your gas at somewhere save.
Yeah, get online and check gas prices because when you're traveling, you don't know. There are some good apps out there that can show you all the different gas prices right around you. Even Google Maps right now, you can have them put them on there. And if you can get it updated in time, they'll show you prices of gas right around your area. So that's a good Stu Rep. Good to see you here, brother. You still in Hicksville, brother? If you are, represent Hicksville.
You can't go to McDonald's these days without. Oh, I know. Yeah.
You can't go to McDonald's these days without $20 for two. Yeah.
No more 59-cent hamburgers.
We're buying for 3 or 4 yet, and we go through McDonald's, and she gets like a cheeseburger. I get maybe a sandwich and a cheeseburger. Sometimes she'll eat a Whopper.
No, I don't get a Whopper. Sometimes I'll get the Big Mac. Yeah.
The Big Mac, and Corbin likes the expensive chicken, but plain. So you got to pay full price for plain chicken. That's crazy, but that's what he likes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we'll spend. It's probably $30 to go to McDonald's. So
yeah.
Such as BP and others.
And then if somebody wants ice cream or something,
and be a member at like one of these nationwide gas companies, even if you don't use it all the time in your city, you can use it across and get that discount all the way across the nation. So that's another good idea for cost savers. And you can build up points and use your points when you travel. You can get free drinks and free food and stuff like that at gas stations as well. That's a great point. I moved from Hicksville 6 years, almost 7 years ago.
Really?
All right, cool. Good deal, Stu. Moving on up. He still represents the 419. That's funny. It's good to see you every time, Stu. Any other cost savers, Tammy? We're getting down to the last 8 minutes of this live. Anybody wants to come up on panel? We got 8 minutes left. You're more than welcome to do so still. If not, we'll see you guys next month, July. And I don't know what the topic will be. You'll have to come back and find out. We also do pop-up lives all the time. Remember, tomorrow, the video coming out tomorrow, MTV Jigs. There's a giveaway. Plus, it's pretty cool. And I'll show you all my tackle that I'm using, at least up till this point this year. So I'll show you a couple rods, and there are some great little snippets of a little fishing trip we found a new place yesterday. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
A nice place.
Yeah. Airbnb's a wonderful idea, and VRBO is another great place to look. VRBO is a great app, Verbo, to use. Airbnbs are amazing, and right now, oh, good, quiet listeners up. I'm gonna add you to the stream. Let me pick a good. All right, here we go. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I haven't been over here for a while. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. I know life happens. So, do you want to talk about a trip that you've been on, past or present?
I haven't been on a trip since last year. That was only maybe 200 miles from here, up
No, that's
on the other
good.
side of Spokane.
Did you drive? You drove there then?
No, I don't
Oh,
drive.
you.
My
Oh,
little sister came and got me and took me up there to spend the Christmas. Not
oh,
this
nice.
last Christmas, but the Christmas before up there. So
Oh, that's a
That's a
fun trip.
yeah.
yeah, it's up on the Indian reservation up there, and boy, I tell you, the snow is deep, real deep up there.
Spokane, Washington, right?
Spokane, yeah,
Oh, that's how it's pronounced, Spokane?
yeah. Well, that's how what we call it. But it's spelled Spokane, like you said it.
Yeah,
But
that's how I always say it.
yeah, uh, so yeah, I can see why you call it Spokane because that's how it's spelled. But we
Hmm.
just call it Spokane.
Very
Yeah,
cool. I learned something today.
yeah.
So yeah, I can imagine the snow up there's deep, deep. And you got up there before it was deep, or you had to drive through all that snow?
Oh, she had to drive through it.
Well, I meant, yeah.
And it's about a 2 hour drive on the other side of Spokane from Spokane. You got to go through Spokane and then go about 2 hours more on the other side to get to the Indian reservation.
I see. Is there
I've
feedback?
got my hour, I've got my friends on my channel now. I'm just
Hmm.
working on my hours again.
Okay.
So I'm asking everybody that's friends with me if you wouldn't mind. You don't have to watch it. Just I've got a master playlist in my playlist, and if everybody could maybe run it in the background or something
Sure.
and
Yeah,
help me with my hours, I would be grateful.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
absolutely.
That's
Very cool.
that's the only thing holding me back right now is that.
Yep, and that can be frustrating sometimes for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll definitely do that and definitely put the word out. So
I'm
very cool.
trying to find my bear. This is usually my attitude, the same as that bear back there.
Yeah. That's
Somebody told
funny.
me, well, he's actually smelling me to see if I'm edible.
Yeah, that could be.
It could be.
Yeah.
They stick their tongue out so that they can smell better.
Hmm. I can see
But
that. A lot of
I
animals
just
do
thought it
that.
was funny because it looks like he's sticking his tongue out at everybody.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
he's hilarious. Very cool
But
video.
my channel, I don't know if you guys come over there very much, but mostly my channel is about my Native American flute playing
Hmm.
and
I have
storytelling.
seen that.
Yeah, I only do one live a week, which is on Fridays at 7, which is
Okay.
quite late for a lot of people because they're 2 or 3 hours ahead of me.
Right.
So, yeah,
What time is it right now for you?
for me, it is 5:57.
Yeah, we're 3 hours ahead of you too.
Yeah, that's usually the case. So, it's getting better, but, I've been streaming, um, using the stream thing on a lot of friends' channels to try to get more content so that I can build those hours because I personally didn't have very many videos yet. This channel has only been since August 20th of 2022. So it
Wow.
hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
The
Not
other
quite a
channel
year.
that I lost, it took me 5 years to get there. So,
Yeah. I thought you just changed your name, but all right. Well, I
no,
just got my notification. It's almost 9 o'clock, and
And you're
we're
chilling.
off of
Nice.
here at 9. I thank you for coming up here, and we'll
thank you for
definitely
having
run your
me.
playlist. Oh, no problem. Um,
And
and
thank
we'll
you
see you in a
guys
little
for,
bit, probably, because we'll be running your playlist. All right.
thank you. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you
Have a
Bye
good
bye.
again.
night.
Have a good night.
You too.
Yep. All right. So very cool to hear from her, and thank you for coming up here. Make sure you guys go run over there and start running Quiet Listeners playlist for her. She needs some help with her watch hours. But our 1 hour live time is coming to an end, and we appreciate y'all. I'm gonna run a few videos that I've uploaded on here just to close us out here. We appreciate you for coming. Thank you, Fearless Rambler, for coming in. You're getting to the end of this. You can go visit with us over at Vineyard Chicks Homestead. They're going live tonight, right now. The downside to road trips are what, Tammy? That's my last talking tip. We did make it through all of them, so that's cool.
The downside of the road trips.
Downside to road
The
trips.
laundry when you get back.
The laundry when you get back, and everything else that piles up while you're gone.
Right, that's true. The weeds in the garden.
The weeds, the garden, yeah, everything piles up. So road trips are great, but nothing goes away when you're gone. So remember that before you go. Try to prep for that also. We'll see you guys over at the Vineyard Chicks.
Yeah,
We had a good time. We'll see you next month, if not. And check out that video tomorrow. MTV Jigs. Peace, y'all.
peace, y'all.